What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Draft to Glory. Today guys is quite a momentous occasion. You might think, wait, why? Well, already in December, by the 11th or by the time you're watching this, maybe the 12th of December, we are about to enter our 100th draft already. It took me way longer in FIFA 19 to get to 100 drafts, but I am just thoroughly enjoying it. You can see there by the record, 56 wins so far. So if we win this draft here today, we'll have a 57% win rate in draft, which I would be delighted with. There is a brand new team of the week in packs, which means two things, of course. Number one, we get the opportunity to play with them. And number two, we get the possibility to pack them. And we're going to start, as per usual, with Luis Figo. Now, on the left-hand side, there is a brand new team of the week, Mane. So if he I'm basically going to talk. There's a few cards I want to take from Team of the Week. Sadly, we didn't get anything that's too great. I'm going to take that Gonzalo Guedes. But if you guys are enjoying the Draft of Glory, of course, dropping a thumbs up would be very, very much appreciated. In at right back, we've got the brand new Wan-Bissaka. So if he pops, I would have taken him. He didn't. We could take anyone here. I'm going to take João Cancelo, obviously, strong links to Luis Figo. At centre-back, we've got the brand new Rafael Varane card, which isn't really an upgrade to his other card. And I'm not going to take him because A, that's his regular card, and B, Big Verge has to go first. Not his in form either. And then the second centre-back. So if that was team of the group stage, Ramos, I would have taken him. I'm going to take Coman just because of what he offers. And then the other player that I'm really quite interested in, well, actually two more players, and they are both centre forwards. So I don't know if they're going to show up here. But Marco Reus and Memphis Depay in forms are two cards I would really, really like to pick up. So let's take that Zlatan Ibrahimovic to go into that striker role. He might have to come on as a sub and not start. What on earth is that? Who's the highest rated? Let's take... Oh, that's funnily enough, this is one of the new informs. Do you know what? Let's use him. I won't sub this guy out until at least half time in any game. We'll persevere with him. If it costs us a win, then so be it. In at CDM... Kante is quite a nice little player to put in there. Fabinho obviously works way better because of the strong link to Van Dijk, but Kante is just too good in this game to pass up. And our secondary CDM is going to be... Busquets is slow. Witzel's not bad because that way, in fact, I'm going to take Witzel just off the back of the fact that if we get the Marco Reus in form, we just pop him up top and that's a good link right there. And then Hakimi will take as well at left back. He has got a team of the group stage SBC out right now, and it's terrible. It's so, so bad. People wouldn't even pay 1,000 coins for it off the market. So we'll take David De Gea in net as well. Really happy with that back line, actually. Hakimi is a bit meh. The midfield is brilliant. Guedes just needs to be replaced. And then the attack isn't ideal. We could absolutely do with upgrading our attack somewhere along the way. I'm going to take Ter Stegen as well, just as a backup. If we do get a Mtiti or a Longley or something like that, we can use him. Ooh, do I take that Tellez card? Tellez with an anchor. It's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? We pop him out there instead of Hakimi. We can bring Hakimi back in if we do get a Bundesliga left mid. Maybe Perisic shows up or something like that. Digne is there. Also, Robertson. Now then, we can get full chem on Robertson. So let's take him with a shadow as well. Let's pop him there. Let's swap those two around. And now we're in a position where we're actually going to have to take off the CDM okay. Now we've got some choices. William Carvalho, strong links to Guedes. But I'm not going to replace him really. Delaney, strong links to Witzel. But... do I want to use Delaney over Kante? I really don't. I'm gonna, just because it makes way more sense. And then if we, in fact, put Hakimi out on that left-hand side, that puts us up to 94 chemistry. I'm just going to need to sub on someone for that left mid spot if, when the opportunity arises. That's interesting. do I take Bruno Fernandes, who I really like, or do I take Kevin De Bruyne, who was brilliant for us when we used him? So I would sub on Kevin De Bruyne to that left mid spot. I know he's not the fastest. I'd have to play a bit different. Okay, change my mind. Oh my God. Choices. Oh my God. This is big choices now. We could take Raheem Sterling. He gets good chem down that left-hand side. We could link him to the English striker as well, and then put Kante back in and be having a field day. We could take Lewandowski and play him up top, hit soft link to the striker and the left back, left mid, and that would give him chem, although not perfect chem. We could take Messi and use him as a super sub because it's Lionel Messi, and that would be stupid not to. Or we could take Sané and again have, you know, the same. I've got to go what benefits my starting lineup more, and it's going to be Raheem Sterling. So we lose one chem there, but I'm pretty sure putting Kante in, oh well, that actually loses more chem. So yeah, we'll just keep it like that for the timing. In fact, do we put Hakimi up there? Let's swap those two around. No, that doesn't benefit us at all. So Hakimi at striker, we'll have to sub him out. Now I don't need to bring De Bruyne on at left mid. I could start that Jota card. It wouldn't get good chemistry either. Raja Nangolan wouldn't either, but Nangolan, I don't need it. I'm going to take Nangolan, but I don't need a CDM. We have Kante, we have Telles, we have De Bruyne, we have Ibra as attackers and midfielders and defenders. I don't have any outrageous strikers to bring on. I need a pace merchant to put up front. And there it is. I'll take that Leonardo. Not particularly a pace merchant, to be fair. But I'll take him over anyone else. He does have the Hunter Chem style as well, so he will get a small boost. And you know what he's like. Messi's just ridiculous in this game, right? Next up. Ooh. See, again, choices, man. Our backline is strong. I don't need to improve the backline at all. Which means we could either go with Perisic and get a Bundesliga left mid out there. And that would give... It wouldn't actually give any more chemistry at all. Delaney's already on full chem. Hakimi wouldn't change. Perisic, we would gain one chemistry with him. Or we could take Eden Hazard as a good pace merchant to put up front, which I think would be the smart choice, really. Can we... Oh, I didn't take William Carvalho. That would have been nice. And De Bruyne doesn't fit because he's a cam, not a CDM. Or we could take Socrates, but again, as a cam, not a CDM, it doesn't fit. I'm going to take Hazard, I think, guys. This draft is coming along in terms of rating. The starting 11, not so good, but the actual team itself is really looking quite good. Next up, nothing doing there. Pellegrini can come in. Next up, we have got nothing again. Caputo can come in. The only thing I'm interested in is maybe putting Kante in there, which loses us 7 chemistry points. Swapping this guy up here, which gains us loads more chemistry points. Witzel on full chem. Sterling now on full chem. I think this is better. And then what we have the luxury of doing is bringing Messi on for Hakimi straight away. We have De Bruyne as a good midfield general to bring on. And then Eden Hazard to come on for the English striker, which, as I said, I will start the English striker. It's going to be really, again, I'm going to have to play my socks off with him in the squad, but that gives Sterling full chemistry. That's a good little setup. We are going to have to make one sub straight away. It is a shame. Yeah, we lose 4 chemistry there. We only lose 1 chemistry with De Bruyne in here. Pretty interesting, isn't it? It's pretty interesting. Right, we've got one more pick. Hopefully a good striker will come out here and we'll be able to just start. I mean, I could start, what's his name? Zlatan as well. That's just not really what we wanted right there. We'll take Fabra there. Not that it matters. So the team's pretty good. What do we get for starting Ibra? So we do gain 1 chem point for starting Ibra. So I'm going to start Ibrahimovic. We're going to take Hakimi off. It's only 88 rated, but it is a big 88. In fact, if we started with anybody else, if we put De Bruyne up front or whatever, we'd be in a great spot. It really is a shame that we can't fit this team around any better. My bench is very good. Messi definitely to come on. Hazard definitely to come on. And probably De Bruyne to come in that midfield role. I know he's not a CDM per se, But he can still play as a secondary CDM, as that attacking, aggressive CDM. So if we can get a good manager here, what do we need? An English manager or a Premier League manager? No, we can't possibly get 100 chemistry. There's not, the manager combination doesn't fit. What can we get to? 96, still 96, still 96, still 96. So the manager does nothing for us anyway. So that, guys, is the draft. Let's see how this goes. It's going to be interesting playing with that new team of the week striker. And yeah, let's get into the action. All right, guys, as we get into the gameplay, the first thing I would just like to correct is that the striker that I have is actually from Team of the Week 1, not from today's Team of the Week. I just saw low-rated English striker and assumed it was him. I didn't think we'd be able to get a Team of the Week 1 striker in the game, but hey, there you have it. This draft was really weird, guys. It was really difficult. Like, as I told you guys, I was playing with that striker up front, Tony, and we stuck with Ibrahimovic up front as well every game, which was a mistake. We ended up getting the first goal in the first half with Raheem Sterling. We got a second goal in the second half, and then my opponent rage quit. But I struggled in the first half of all of the games in this draft. It was so difficult. Into the second round, we ended up going, which is like, what's crazy is I got rage quits in all 3 games. And that goal that you saw there from Sterling was the only goal that I scored in the first half of any game until the final. So into the second round, we come up against a really nice 4-3-3 squad. This guy actually scores the first goal. And let me tell you something, man. This shot that he takes with Ronaldo, unreal. It just constantly rising. Lots of power. Phenomenal strike. Really, really nice indeed. But into the second half, once I brought on De Bruyne for Witzel, and once I brought on Messi and Hazard, that's when I was able to finally create any chances. Like, I wasn't best impressed with Raheem Sterling, if I'm being perfectly honest. The difference makers was definitely the 2 boys up front, Hazard and Messi, and that is a beautiful goal from Figo there. Lovely, well-worked passing move in the 60th minute. 10 minutes later, we go clean through of Lionel Messi here. It's easy just to evade the challenges and pressures of the defenders. It comes into Sterling, and he already knows, right? He pauses it before I even score the goal. He pauses it and quits. 3-1. So our second late rage quit in the day sends us through to a semi-final. And the whole time I'm playing here, I'm just thinking to myself, man, if I make it to the final, I'm happy. If I make it to the final, I'm happy, because it was just a chore to play with. Not even necessarily the team. The formation, I didn't like. I don't mind the 4-4-2 flat. I've used it a hell of a lot, and I quite enjoy it. The 4-4-2 defend, it is so bad in my experience. And once again here, guys, you can see it's 0-0 again at the half. 55th minute, we get in. Figo shoots and scores to make it 1-0. He did end up scoring a lot of goals, Figo, as well. Probably top goal scorer for the whole tournament, actually. And then we get in behind with Messi here just moments later. Into Figo again. Pops it in the back of the net. And this is where he rage quits. So you can tell the difference just between having quality attackers. And I was displeased with Ibrahimovic, and I'm going to show you a clip at the start of this final here. I come up against this opponent. What a draft that is, by the way. That is probably one of the best drafts I've seen, other than Guedes at left mid. That is just a flat-out incredible draft. But just because of something that I talk about after the draft in the rewards, because I've already done the rewards here, I just want to show this. Ibrahimovic here just kind of runs away from the ball. The pass wasn't really meant for Ibra anyway, but we then conceded the first goal. I positioned myself perfectly for the pass, and it nutmegs the defender. Always fun, always lots of fun, and my opponent eventually scores. I checked as well. Ronaldo was actually offside. His foot was offside when the ball got played. But the way this game works for offsides is they start the offside kind of line, I guess, in the center of the body, not the feet or the arms or the head or anything like that. And because Ronaldo was leaning so much, it was actually the center of his body was onside, even though his foot was offside. We end up getting the first goal back here with Ibrahimovic, which was really nice. And then look at this miscontrol from Figo, and look at the time on the clock as well. About here, I expect this to be full time here, really, especially when he kind of leads that pass in. I don't expect him to be able to have the opportunity. And this whole chance for 3-1 came because Figo couldn't control a really, really simple ball in the box. I end up losing this draft 5-2, guys, as well. Just I pressured and I tried to get back into it, but I just wasn't good enough. And that's going to be the end of the gameplay. Let's go ahead and get into the packs. All right, guys. So we end up losing in the final today. Interesting draft, actually, because for the first 3 rounds, I didn't score in the first half at all, I don't think. A 2-0 second half rage quit, a 3-1 second half rage quit, a 2-0 second half rage quit. And then, of course, by the time I get to the final, the level of opponent is going to increase slightly, you know. And the mistake I made wasn't not bringing off this 76 rated, because although he did nothing the entire time, that was actually okay. The problem was this man right here, Ibrahimovic. If he had done nothing, that would have also been okay. But he didn't do nothing. He just did nothing right. I remember in the final specifically, but actually all 3 rounds, he only scored 1 goal the entire time, and it was in the final. But all 3 rounds, he missed easy chances and miscontrolled the ball many times, which is surprising because of how good his stats are. And then in the final, he missed a sitter at 0-0. He missed a sitter when I was 1-0 down, Sterling down the left-hand side, cut it across for a tap-in, and he's just nowhere to be seen. And it's not like he missed the sitter, but the ball was really easy on. If I remember, I'll put the clip in, but if the ball was really easy on, and he turns his back to it instead of like running toward it to shoot it. And sadly, I went 2-0 down. I did pull 1 back, and then on the stroke of half-time, I was like, I think it was Ibra that had a chance to make it 2-2. No, it's Figo, sorry, that had a chance to make it 2-2. I blew the chance. I kind of turned off. I was expecting half time. It was the 45th, and then like a minute 15 or a minute 30. I didn't think the guy had enough time to go and score, and then he did go and score like a minute past the extra time. And then going into the second half, I just had to go a bit more aggressive. You know, he was playing so passive. He was actually just standing still at points, both defensively and offensively. There were some times where he'd have the ball and he'd just stand still, and then at times where I would have the ball and he would just stand still. He would just let me do what I want, hoping that his AI would defend enough for him. And so because he was playing so passive, I had to just be a bit more aggressive. And sadly, it made it really easy for him to get those counter-attacks in behind my back line. You know, obviously, Coman's not necessarily the most rapid against like Ronaldo's and such. Even Cancelo was getting caught out a lot. Van Dijk, again, you know, Van Dijk's a great centre-back in the game, but 74 acceleration, 79 sprint speed with that agility and balance, when you're getting pinged in behind against CR7s, just can't compete, really. So my 2 centre-backs weren't really fast enough, and ultimately we ended up losing that one 5-2. So after 100 drafts, guys, we are 298 to 44. I am delighted with that. I know we didn't win today's draft, but generally speaking, I am exceptionally happy with where our draft record is. So we get a gold players pack and a premium gold players pack. Now, once again, this, funnily enough, is pretty much guaranteed profit at one stage or another, because we're going to get 24 players and 20 of them are going to be common. I know I'll be able to make my money back off those common players at some stage or another, you know. So the rare card that we get isn't necessarily going to be very, very good. It's Akinfave, but let's have a look just at an average price of some of these cards. I mean, if we sold all of them for just 1,000 coins, well, he sold for 3,600. So there's no way. Is he actually 3,600? Oh, he is. Well, there you go. That straight away is a big, big win. That's 3,400 coins of our draft back. Musso there, 600 on bid. There's not a single card under 3k. There you go, 1.7, 1.4. So it would even make 1,000 coins for him. But I'm going to hold on to him for League SBCs. Hubner as well. Probably go for, you know what? We're gonna get rid of Hubner, because I think the German cards for some reason are selling for a little bit more right now. So Hubner can go. Gregorich, 800 on bid as well. I mean, when talking about just selling, or needing to sell cards, you know, 24 of them, even if we sold them for 700 each, would make our coins back. So the fact that all of these cards are coming in well over 700 so far, we are in good profit already, and we haven't even opened the second pack. So this guy's only 500, so we'll hold on to him. Aguilar, wow, he's 800 on bid. Jesus Christ. 2.5k lowest bin for a bit. We'll list him up at like 2k. We'll get him on bid. If not, then if he goes on bin, happy days. And then, oh my days, Fernandez 1,500 on bid. Let's pop him up at 3k. And again, we'll get the 1,500 bid if we sell him to a lazy buyer or anything. Then fair enough. Naldo as a duplicate coming in at about 1,000 coins. So yeah, I think even just off of this pack alone, we're in a good spot for profit. Lolly there probably doesn't sell for that much. And Fashnacht, I hope I said that right. He doesn't really sell for that much either. But straight away, guys, fantastic right there. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, some of the stuff has already sold. Let's go and have a look at what it was that sold and how much we made off of it already. So Justa Fernandez for 3K. Oh, did I mis-sell him? Please tell me I didn't mis-sell him. If he's like 3.2, 3.4, I'm happy. But if he's up at 4s and 5s for whatever reason, I won't be very happy. Federico Fernandez. Okay, so he's not. 2 hours ago, he was 1,000 coins. I don't know what's caused him to spike in price, but something has. Something else sold there as well. And then to end off today's video, guys, we get another 25k pack. So as I said, some good profit here today for our 100th draft already of the draft challenge. Not the draft challenge, the draft glory, I suppose. What episode are we? We're only at like episode 30 something, aren't we? So that shows how many I've played off draft. Now Lamella is going to be selling nicely as well. So again, some really, really good profits there to be made. Spurs players always do good. Achampong won't sell at all. Mollet, not really either. Gomez might be selling. At least 700. Again, for a goalkeeper that's usually like 500 or 600 coins, we'll take what we can get with him. Most Premier League players have shot up in price right now. Again, just because of some of the SBCs that are available. Aguilar, the French right back. I mean, he's selling more than discard price, which is a bit of a win. Perrin should be quite good as well. 80 rated centre back and French. So we'll list him up as such. Abubakar coming in at almost no real price for him, so we'll just sell him one tick. El Neni, probably not worth all that much either. Probably 400 to 500 on bid we'll go for. Mark Noble, a little bit more than discard. A few extra coins in for him there. Caldrim, 800 on bid, 1100 on bid. That's quite nice. I haven't seen anything under 10k yet, or 9.9k right there. There's 5k. So he's been price fixed at 5k by someone. 3,600. All right, let's drop him up for like 3,000 and 17 on bid. See if we can get rid of him. And then Mowald there, another almost 1,000 coins. So a lot of profit here today, guys. I know it doesn't necessarily seem like it all the time from the way people look at these drafts, but it really is a lot of profit. There you go. Lamella and Gomez sold already, so that's like 4k, over 4k. With the other card that sold for, what was it, 2k or whatever, that's 6k. I know some of these cards aren't going to sell for that much, but even if the ones that sell, like the Davies, that'll take us up to like 9k. Hubner and Gregorich, 10, 11k, 12k, 13k. This guy takes over 14k, 15, 16k. Yeah, I mean, we are looking at lots of good coins and, another 8, 10 players stored into the club that I didn't want to sell at this stage. So a really, really good return from our 100th draft, guys. We played with the new team of the week, one of the players. He was terrible, but that's FIFA for you. So this guy's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.